And we are live. Carrie, welcome. I am so excited to talk to you today about spirit animals. This is so exciting of a topic for me and for us because I am constantly using my spirit animals. They are all around and they're constantly, integrated with spirit, but it feels like every time I go out into the garden, every time I am working with energy, I'm always connecting with my spirit animals. So it's such a blessing to feel and connect with them.
Yeah.
I'm always receiving little messages from my spirit animals, and it's so cool to figure out what those little messages are.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel spirit animals for me are so comforting as well. It's so comforting to have the presence around you, to sense and know that they're there. They're bringing in messages, they're helping you to develop what you need to develop and helping you with energies that you need as well. And I'm sure this happens with you. There's so many spirit animals, and obviously I've got a really good understanding of the most common ones, but there's sometimes something will come through to me that's really unusual. I can remember getting a moth, and it was very clearly a moth, and thinking, wow, what's the moth? What's the moth about? So, I tuned into it, and I was getting guidance and saying, it was all to do with, my kind of psychic ability, my mediumship abilities, and that shadow self, looking at the shadow self. And so I went away and I was like, okay. I went away and then it just blew my mind, because when I did the research and I fully understood what the symbolism of the moth spirit animal was, then I could totally understand and resonate why the moth spirit animal was working with me and connecting with me. And I was just like blown away. And that moth energy kept on coming in every time I meditated for a while, until obviously it brought the message and it brought the lesson that I needed. And then it just stopped. It just stopped coming in. It was amazing. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's just such a beautiful, loving energy as well. So warm and comforting. Lovely.
Yeah, I love that's how it was for me a couple months ago with the beetle.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You can get the smallest little spirit animals and then the largest ones. But yeah, beetle was very amazing for me just a couple months ago in the garden. And I kept getting them. I found one in the garden, found him in the garden, and I found him in my office. And I was like, why am I getting beetles all of a sudden? I never
Everywhere.
get beetles. Yeah. And then I realized that this was a message, and I was having to I had to look it up. Looked it up in my book and realized that this was a really neat and deep message, and I was having to work through it.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It is fantastic. And I think the lovely thing about spirit animals as well is, we have a full team, a bigger ensemble of spirit around us, angels, spirit guides, ascended masters, archangels. We've got unicorns, dragons. We have all of this amazing energy beings that really want to help and support us. And some of those literally are with us, as you know, from the moment our soul agrees to come back into this lifetime. And then others will come and go depending on our needs, on our journey, what we need to learn, what we need to know, what we need to receive, and what we need to understand. And I think spirit animals are just flooding in at the moment so much, so much. I've noticed in my one-to-one coaching sessions, clients I'm working with are going, I just saw a koala bear in my meditation, and I'm like, oh, fabulous. Let's look what the koala bear is bringing you, and I feel they're really flooding in. And I've heard other people say this, because for a lot of people, if you don't fully understand your spirit team, if you don't fully know who your spirit guides are, what angels working with you, what ascended masters may be supporting you on your ascension journey or your soul path or mission, spirit animals are so accessible. They're so easy to understand. They're so easy to read what they're bringing you intuitively. You'll instinctively know straight away, and then you can go away like we both do and do the research, and then you can totally understand, and the message always resonates, doesn't it? It's always exactly what you need at that point in time. It's crazy, isn't it? For your soul's growth and soul's evolution, or for healing, whatever it is that you're needing. And I just love that, because I think spirit animals are massively underrated on this journey. They are such our biggest allies, and pure unconditional love.
Do you have a spirit animal that you connect with on like a soul level that is like your main spirit? Because I have like a main spirit animal, and then like just like a spirit guide, but then I also have other spirit animals that come and go that just like give me messages. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, absolutely how it works for me, exactly the same. And you know, we were talking about this when we've been planning the workshop that we're going to run, and we were talking about the significance of, there are lots of belief systems around spirit animals, and I'm not saying that those aren't right. They, you know, they absolutely will resonate with people. But absolutely, for me, spirit animals, I have my main guide, a spirit animal guide, who is a wolf. And I knew that as a child. That's crazy. Even way before I started my spiritual awakening, way before I started my ascension, I knew there was a wolf that walked with me through life. I knew that. And on my 40th birthday, I treated myself to a wolf tattoo on my back, because he's got my back. He's got my back. And
I love that.
yeah, and he literally has got my back. He's my protector. You know, he's there with me all the time. And of course, it makes sense to me, because of course, wolves are all about community. They're all about bringing people together. They're all about being a leader at times, but then other times stepping back and let somebody else lead, being at the back of the pack, protecting the pack while somebody else leads, but then at times going to the front and leading the way. So it makes sense to me that I have a wolf spirit animal, because, you know, like yourself, we are healers, but we're also teachers. We're also teachers and leaders. And there's times we have to take that role at the front and guide the way. But there's times we stand at the back and let others step into the power, and we hold our back while they do that. We've got the back, you know, so it made so much sense that my main one was a wolf, you know, and he's beautiful. He's a silverback, grey wolf. He's beautiful. He's big. He's huge, and he's silver, and he has the most piercing silver grey eyes. And whenever he comes to me meditation, I just literally snuggle into him. He's just lovely. He's beautiful. Really beautiful.
Very protective.
Yeah. So what about you? Who's your main one?
My main one is a buffalo.
Wow.
And and like you, I feel like I've known for most of my life, but it came to me also on my spiritual journey, you know, it was confirmed, but I have felt my buffalo most of my life. You know, it was, my mother would always tell me I felt, you know, I was like a buffalo, but yeah, it's very, I can be very quiet, but I can also be very force. Yeah, I can play a lot of different
roles. And again, pack animals, you know, buffalo.
It is a pack animal,
all about community, isn't it? All about togetherness, being as one, you know, which is wonderful, isn't it? Really wonderful.
Yes, I prefer to bring people together and us all be in a group. I feel like that's where our strength lies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
I
much
agree.
so.
Yeah, and that is where the strength of the buffalo lies, isn't it? You know, and they're big and strong on their own, absolutely. They're more than capable of doing things alone, but together, wow, you wouldn't want to. You'd stand aside for a pack of buffaloes, a herd of buffaloes, wouldn't you?
Exactly. And that's what it's all about.
But
And
as big, you know, as big and powerful as they are, they're also very graceful, aren't they?
yeah, and they don't tend to show
They're not aggressive or anything
their
like that.
aggression
They're
unless they're being very,
protect.
really, yeah, less really
Mhm.
provoked.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
yeah, that's the one that I really, and it's funny because just out of the blue, I will see my buffalo, and that tends to connect with my Native American roots as well, which
Yeah.
I love to connect with and see at
Yeah.
times. So it's a beautiful connection.
And I think that's really significant. And I do truly believe that's why we've both been guided to do this workshop together, because we know we've had a Native American life together, and we know that we've shared a great love and passion for animals and had that huge respect for planet Earth and for the animal kingdom. And yeah, I truly believe that like yourself, that's why mine is also a wolf, because I do know that in a Native American lifetime, we had wolves. Wolves lived with us, and we all had wolf names. So I was Little Wolf, and unbelievably, my main spirit guide, my human, past human, main spirit guide was he was called Yellow Wolf, which is in Cheyenne is the Occamhawasty, and we had in our tribe we had wolves live with us. They actually lived with us harmoniously. So it all just kind of went and fell into place as I unpicked all these pieces of this puzzle and started to understand that lifetime and why I've got this Native American guide, but also a wolf. And I also have a horse and a big grizzly bear as well. And they're all very Native American, all of them. They're not there all the time. They both. I know the bear brings me strength and courage when I need that. I know he kind of comes to push me forward. He's always stands back. He's always kind of in the wings. But I know there's that kind of energy. Come on, you can do this. You can do this.
Yeah, I have a bear that comes in too, but it's more like it's a mama bear energy.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
it's when my children are not, when I feel like I have to protect my children,
Yes.
I get mama bear.
Just come
And
in,
that's a
bringing that.
very, very
Yeah.
big energy.
Mhm.
Mama bear, spirit guide comes in and you don't, that's a big spirit guide.
Yeah. Huge, massive presence.
Huge, yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
huge, huge. But I haven't seen her in quite a few years. So
Me
I
neither.
I
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
grateful for that. And because it's,
Mm.
it's a big energy.
It certainly
She
is.
yeah, she's a very powerful spirit.
Yeah.
Um, but
Beautiful.
yeah, most of the time it's very loving. I get little loving,
Mhm.
beautiful spirits. A lot of times I receive hummingbirds.
How beautiful. That's
I
so
love hummingbirds.
lovely.
Yes, I see all kinds of hummingbirds, and that's one of my favorite spirit guides that come to me.
It's just amazing. I love that. I absolutely love that. And they are very beautiful. Yeah, they are very beautiful because again, they're all about harmony, aren't they? They're all about harmony. They're all about the voice, the voice, but bringing in that harmonious, peaceful energy, which is beautiful, isn't it? Really lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Do you want
Amazing.
to pull a card?
I'll pull a card. Yeah. So
I'm
I,
excited.
yeah, I got my spirit animal, Dinah Cooper deck it is, spirit animal cards, and I felt really guided to pull a card um,
Oh,
for today's live. So let's see what comes through.
I have some comments here while you're pulling a card. There's some of these. Pauline says she's a stag deer.
Beautiful.
And there's we have someone who is a black wolf.
Amazing.
And someone who's a baby snail.
I love that.
Oh, and there's another one who sees ladybug. Pauline says she sees ladybugs around her. So all these beautiful animals. I love all those.
It's amazing,
Yes.
isn't it? So this is really interesting. So the card I've pulled is the rat card. Oh, sorry. There you go. Can you see that? Okay. So as you can see there, the rat's, he's in his little, he's hibernating, isn't he? He's hibernating. He's in his little cocoon there under the earth, safe and secure in Mother Earth, deep within Mother Earth. And he's there, you know, his heart center is really lit up, and there's a spiral of energy within his heart center. It's never ending. It just keeps going round and round and round. And the card itself says, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. And that's really lovely, isn't it? And I think, you know, that's what a rat is, isn't it? A rat doesn't pretend to be anything else. A rat's a rat. You know? A rat comes out of his little hidey hole and he comes out with a mission, and it's to go and find something or to seek something. And usually it's food or something to sustain his life. But he doesn't pretend to be anything else, does it? You know, a rat is what a rat is. He's always true to himself, and he will always, the very creatures of habits as well, rats, you know, they'll have a routine, a pattern, and they will keep returning to that until it no longer serves them. And I think that's a lovely message, because when we think about the rat energy, being true to yourself, you know, coming out of your shell, coming out of your little cocoon and going out into the world, speaking your truth, being out there, being yourself, but also understanding that when something is done, when something is finished, it's no longer serving you, remaining true to yourself and stepping on and moving forward. And I think that's a lovely message. And the archangels linked to the rat spirit animal are Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel, which is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a lovely message. And I just love the fact that he's there. He's fast asleep. He's nice and safe and secure. And he knows he's safe and secure. And he's surrounded with that beautiful energy of Mother Earth and Divine Source. And he's in his lovely little cocoon. He's happy. He's content. He's got all that he needs. He's got some berries in there, some food in there. And he's just being himself. And he's happy with that and content with that. And I think that's beautiful. Really lovely message.
It's like a perfect message. I love that.
Yeah. And you know, ironically, that's often or not what our spirit animals will try and do. They will try and help us to see our true selves, you see who we really are, you know, and to feel good about that, you know, to recognize those points in our lives that we may need to make changes or we may need to leave behind. They may be bringing that message of change in for us, but they may also just be letting us help to understand who we are, our own characteristics, our own qualities, our own gifts. Yeah, so I think that's really lovely.
What I just got is, it's like showing us with innocence.
Beautiful. Love that.
You know, without all the stuff that we see in this 3D world, they're just kind of taking off all that.
And just being who you are, your pure essence, your pure soul with that innocence. Yeah, beautiful.
Exactly. And just sending us that pure love.
Definitely. Yeah, which is lovely, isn't it? It's wonderful. So I'm really, really excited about our event. I think we've got a wonderful experience to share with people and an activation as well, haven't we?
I am really excited. It's going to be a really beautiful activation. And the more that comes in, the more I'm excited to offer. And I keep seeing little animals that are going to be showing up in the events. And it's just, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun event.
I think it's going to be a fun event. And I think that, you know, I think that's wonderful you've said that, you know, because today, one of the things that came to me this morning after I'd meditated was that we can always find joy and bliss in life, regardless of what's going on around us. And sometimes we are a little bit too heavy and serious about our ascension, that actually it can be really good fun and it can be pleasurable. So I just love that you said that. I really
Yeah.
love that you said
Yeah,
that.
it just feels very light. It feels like kind of like a lighter, more joyous event.
Exactly.
Not so serious.
Yeah.
Kind of gonna enjoy ourselves and take
And enjoy connecting.
exactly. It's just going to be a really enjoyable time. I just really feel that fun energy
Yeah.
coming in.
Definitely, I feel that as well. I feel that really kind of rejuvenating, fun, joyous energy. And I know I also feel that, that in itself is really powerful, isn't it? That is really, apart
Yeah,
from love, joy is the highest frequency, isn't it? It's the
yeah,
highest energy. And on this spiritual path, we don't always have to be so serious about everything. We can have fun, we can enjoy ourselves. And that playful energy of a lot of animals is just wonderful, isn't it? It's really lovely.
yeah. Because I can feel like all the animals, like the little bunnies and the squirrels and the birds, all kind of like twittering around and playing, and
Yeah,
all that energy of them is just brings
beautiful.
up the joyous feeling. It just
Yeah.
makes it feel very
Yeah,
light.
and I agree with, I think that's wonderful, and I totally can feel that. And I think at this point in time, we need this.
Yes,
We
yes.
need this. We need that lovely connection with spirit. But also, yes, yeah, we will receive messages. And yes, of course, we will gain understanding of ourselves and our journey through our beautiful spirit animals. But absolutely, we can just enjoy that. We can enjoy that and connect with that energy of fun and enjoyment, and just allow that to be in that space away from all of everything else that's going on right now for us all and on across our beautiful planet, Mother Earth. And of course, Mother Earth loves it when we connect with spirit animals. She loves that because they're her babies, aren't they?
Exactly. I was
Yeah,
just thinking the same thing.
yeah, exactly.
This
They're
extension.
in essence, like we were talking before, when we were working on planning the workshop, and we were talking about how archangels are just an essence of God. Well, spirit animals are an essence of Mother Earth, aren't they? They're very an essence of Mother Earth and of the land and of the sea and the air around her. So that's really beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like bringing Mother Earth to life.
Yes.
It feels so good. It feels so grounding, but also invigorating.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just really excited.
Me too. Right. Lots of fun.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely. And you too. Thank you very much, Christina. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Absolutely. Much love. Bye.